Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Max?
Hanging in, sir. No, we're doing well.
Good.
As busy as you would expect, and but we are chugging along. So I'm grateful for the fact that our team is as good as it is. So, how are you?
Okay, I listened to the school committee last night. I think it went okay. I don't know whether you heard it or not, or got any feedback.
No, I didn't. I was going to check the recording of the meeting, and just as a reminder, we're being recorded at the moment.
Yeah.
But I was going to check the recording of it today and just kind of clip through it and see if there are any highlights or lowlights.
Right.
And I see it's in the paper this morning as well.
Yeah.
Anything in particular you think I should know?
No, I think there was some opposition.
To be expected.
There weren't as many people. I mean, if this was in City Hall, there would have been a line of people, I think, but there were only maybe, at a guess, 10 or 12 people that spoke. So it wasn't that many.
Yeah. Even with the added convenience of Zoom.
Yeah.
And today's meeting was canceled, obviously.
Yeah.
And and we're meeting in person next week.
Yeah.
Masked up and ready to go.
Exactly. Do you happen to recall, while we're sitting here waiting, who the members, we I think constituted a subcommittee of the board to vet potential applicants?
Yes.
I totally forgot about it because I thought that was a done deal with Eric Kaplan, but there's this new applicant now that we should obviously talk to. But I think there's a subcommittee, but I can't remember for the life of me.
There is. Let me just go back to the minutes. And let's see, that would have been probably,
yeah, I don't know,
June, if I had to guess. Oops.
Don't worry about it, Max. I've asked the other board members who's.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a quick minute. All I need to do is just go through the minutes because they would have had to vote to create it. Actually, the easier thing to do would be to check the agenda to see which one it was. New business. Amy. Nope. And let's see, Ms. Carroll. No, let's see. That's interesting. They didn't form a committee apparently in June. It must have been in July. Mr. Rosa and Mr. Harris.
Ah.
There you go.
So I was thinking that the people that were on it would remember, but that clearly isn't the case.
Well, it's not like there hasn't been a little bit going on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I thought it was a done, that the subcommittee was superfluous now because.
Well, I would have thought that there would have been some sort of response from the administration other than to provide another candidate, but it could be that, and I always tend to CC Frank Cousins on any correspondence to the mayor because the mayor gets busy, and Frank is there to assist her with some things. So it might be a good idea just to refresh memories.
Yeah. Hey, Rob. You're in your cab, it looks like.
Oops, oh, here we go. There he is. He might be in an area of bad reception.
Yeah, could be.
I like how the front page of the paper says last days of summer, and there's a picture of kids on the down in Lanesville. I'm like, last days of summer. You're obviously not paying attention to global climate change. Last days of summer are getting to be October now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, somebody went through some trouble to get that picture because it looks like it was taken from the water.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, really. Yeah, Lanes Cove.
Rob, are you with us yet? No, you're still trying to get
Yeah,
your-
the audio is having a hard time. How good's your sign language, Rob?
He's probably not hearing us either.
Yeah, nope. There he is.
Okay, I had trouble getting audio there.
Yeah, good.
I'm in my truck, so
We wouldn't have guessed, yeah.
Your mobile office.
my mobile office. Were you waiting on Fred?
Yep,
Yeah,
Fred
yes.
and John Judge should be joining us as well. But I mean, we can get started. Hate to say it without John, but he did receive the invite and he is aware.
Okay.
Craig here too. We
He
see
is here. He just came into the office a bit.
we're seeing the ceiling of his office, I guess.
Hopefully he's okay. We have 2 outreach events going on today down at Riverdale. There he is. Hello, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
We have our public health nurses are going down to have discussions with folks who are vaccine hesitant to answer questions.
Uh-huh.
And there's 2 times, 10 to 11:30 and then 4 to 5:30. And it's pretty much open. They were, saying, call up if you want to reserve a time, but I think I didn't think they got any response to that. So people are just going to see it, walk by. We have a Spanish interpreter that's going to be there in the afternoon session. So hopefully we'll at least get a few people.
Yeah,
There's
that's
Mr.
good.
Cowan.
Good morning.
Outreach. Hey, Fred.
Fred, thanks for the heads up last night.
And John Judge should be joining us. You might want to just give him a minute, but if not, you can obviously go ahead regardless.
What I don't have is an agenda.
Whoops. Let's send that out to you. I apologize.
Can you do that with the Gmail account, please?
Will do.
Thank you. I don't know why I don't get stuff. Jody, no, you have one?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it may not have gone out, Fred. I apologize for that.
Okay, no problem.
And
Rob, while we're waiting, can you hear me? So, you know, we have now a new applicant for the soon-to-be empty board position. And you and I, believe it or not, are on the subcommittee to vet these people. And
Yes.
so I presume you got Dr. Ganem's CV. I think I forwarded it to everybody, or maybe Max forwarded it. I can't remember. But in any case, if you don't have it, let me know. I was going to just call him in the next couple of days, maybe over the weekend if he's working, and chat with him. You can do the same, or if you want, we can try to set up a meeting, but that's probably less convenient for you, I would think.
Yeah, I could probably give him a call too. And I just saw something that there was another candidate as well, or?
That's that person.
No, it's
Oh,
just that person, yeah. Eric Kaplan, Claudia and I don't know if anybody else is. He's already, he I thought was our candidate, but there's another one that forwarded his CV to the mayor's office. And so, you know, he's in the running now, so he's another
Okay,
MD. He's an MD as well.
Is
He
his contact
retired?
information email?
No, I think he's still at AGH. At least that's my quick reading of his CV.
Joe, if you look at your email, I think you'll find the agenda for today.
Yep, I just sent it.
Cool.
Um,
Thank you, Mac. Okay, well, in that case, I'd like to open this meeting of the Gloucester Health Department's Septic Abuse Subcommittee. Today is Thursday, August the 26th, and it's roughly 8:30 a.m. We are meeting via Zoom transmission, and therefore, for voice recognition, would you sign in, please, starting with Joe?
Joe Rosa, board member.
Rob?
Rob Harris, board member.
Craig? You're on mute.
I think you're muted.
Craig Piccolo.
Max?
Max Shank, interim director.
And Fred Cowan. Good. We have a couple of things on the agenda, but we are waiting for John Judd. So we'll just pause for the time being.
Can you just, since I don't want to, whenever I close out or try to open another window, I get problems. So I'm not looking at the agenda. Can you just, is it just one or two items? Can you
Yeah,
read?
it's 13 Elmo Lane. We're installing a septic tank within 10 feet of the property line.
Yeah,
6 Tolman Avenue property in the Duke Trust. Install a septic system components within 10 foot of the property line. 5 foot is proposed for the septic tank, 6 foot is proposed for the pump chamber, and 5 feet proposed for the leaching facility. So that's those 2 items.
so they're
And
just,
they are both Gateway consultants.
yep.
Max, if he doesn't show, can you stand in for John?
That would be Craig doing for that. I have no
It's yours
idea.
to delegate. How's the feeling of power, Max?
Yeah, right. Craig
You're
will be
without it,
speaking. Craig will be speaking on behalf of the department as the subject matter expert, with all the rights and authorities. So
There you
forthwith.
go. Trying to fit that scepter in your car as well. It's tough, isn't it?
Okay, let me
Thank
see.
you.
What?
Give him 2 minutes, and then can you represent him?
Oops. Oh, hold on one sec. I apologize. John came in as a. There he is. John, you're muted.
All right, thank you, Max. Thank you, members of the board. I was trying to get in, but I can see you all, but apparently you can't see me. But thank you for the record, John Judd, engineer with Gateway Consultants, representing Mark Rupenian for 13 Rear Elmo Lane. This is an upgrade of a system that the tanks would be 5 feet to the lot line due to the lot line and area constraints on this challenging property. The leach field itself would meet the requirements for lot line setbacks. The neighbor, the abutter, is Mark's sister. She owns the properties on both sides. She's been notified by certified mail, and she's obviously okay with everything. So this is again a relief requested for 2 tanks to be within 10 feet of the lot line as shown on the plan. And we are using advanced treatment up here because it is this section of Wingersheek.
What technology have you chosen?
This is the Singulair, and it has active treatment, and it also has pressure distribution.
Cool. Craig, any comment on this? You're muted, Craig. There you are.
No, it's designed well for the upgrade. All they
Okay,
do is
question.
relieve to the property lines.
Joe, any questions?
No, I
Rob?
presume this is due to constrictions on the property.
It is, Joe. It's severe slopes on the downhill side of the house, and with the configuration of the house and the plumbing
Right.
and the ledge on this property all limit. They're all contributing factors.
Good, all right.
Rob, any questions on this?
No, just that the domestic water service is city, I'm assuming, right? Not well.
It is correct. Yes.
Okay.
And John, it's Max, real fast. I'm guessing that the affected abutters are all notified.
He said so.
Yes, they are. Linda Combe, or Linda Nurikian, is Mark's sister. And she
forgive me,
owns
you
the
said
two
that,
abutting
yes.
properties. Yep.
That's right. Thank you.
Yep.
That means just may I have a motion, please?
I'd like to move to accept the requested variance at 13 rear Elmo Lane.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye, and we have to do it by roll call. Joe?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Thank you.
I'll just real quick, if I can, I'll just interject the fact that there was nobody else in the audience, so a public comment wasn't needed.
Thank you. Moving on. John?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we're moving on to 6 Tolman Ave.
Yes,
Is
please.
that it?
Yep.
Yeah. So once again, John Judd representing Ken Rief and Annette Duke, who are the owners of this property at 6 Tolman Ave. This is another upgrade situation on a very challenging lot. This is 5,600 square feet. So it's a yeah. This is a lot that's sort of been on the radar of the Board of Health for as long as I've been around. I would say 25 years anyway, and this is again a challenging lot where there's a cesspool in the driveway that has historically, I think, backed up. There might be some records in the file. There was some modifications made to this system over the years, but they've conceded that they need to upgrade it. So we have put in a system that does need lot line setback relief, and the abutters have been notified. This is a system that we're going to put the leach field behind the house. The soil here is excellent. We have well-drained soils.
Good.
However, we just have constrictions on the lot lines. And as shown on the plan, we're going to be within 10 feet for both the field and the tank to the adjacent lot lines.
What are you using
And
for technology, please?
There is, this is conventional in terms of the setbacks to the groundwater. It meets all the setbacks. It's just the tank location. So we're using conventional. It is pumped and it is infiltrators.
Craig, any comment on this, please?
No, it's a well-needed upgrade for a problem system.
And we are taking the maximum degree of protection.
It's pressure distributed, so it's better than conventional trench at that location.
You're satisfied?
Correct.
Thank you. Joe, any questions?
Nope.
Rob, any questions?
No, sir.
In that case, may I have a motion, please?
I would move to approve the variances for the setbacks at 6 Tolman Ave as written.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Joe. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, starting with Joe?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Stay
John.
cool.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Go ahead, Max.
Oh, forgive me. I was just going to say real fast, since I have three of the board members here. Just a reminder that the proposed Board of Health meeting for this evening has been canceled, and that the next Board of Health meeting, September 2nd, is going to be in person downstairs. So masks will be required.
Before we go, Craig, could I ask you please on an update on Good Harbor Creek?
Rachel's dealing with that. That's not me.
Max, can I have an update on Good Harbor Creek?
Absolutely. So we continue to monitor it. The DPW was performing some testing upstream. Their suspicion was for some outlier septic systems that might be upstream. We are listening to that. We don't necessarily believe that that would be the case, considering the amount of load and high numbers that we're seeing. However, the properties in question are long past due for pump outs. We don't have any real pump out records for them. So enforcement letters are being sent to them to do a pump out, and I can't remember if they were also being required to perform a Title V inspection or not. Regardless, they, like I said, are outliers. The sewer is available, so they could connect. The DPW in their investigations did find certain areas where there were issues with some of the pipes, but they didn't feel that the concerns were enough to warrant, the numbers that they were seeing. So the creek was recently tested. The number for the creek was fine. However, the geometric mean, and for those who don't know, there are two ways to fail beach testing. One is that you have a level of bacteria that's over 104 colony forming units per 100 milliliters, I believe, of sample. And the other is if you have had such a high number that, which is the case here, or several high numbers, that the mean average of those numbers exceed 30, then you would have to close until that average comes down. The numbers, because they were so high, in order to bring that number down, we would have to be testing every day for pretty much a month to bring them down to a level where we could open the creek. So I don't foresee the creek opening for this beach season, but the investigation will continue, and I can have Rachel come to the Board of Health meeting on Thursday and provide an update from her perspective.
Yes, please, because it's not on today's agenda. It can't be included in the report for septic review, but I would like to, for the public at large, who I'm sure have concerns about this, a report would be great. This area now is been posted, so that there's no ambiguity about whether the creek is usable or not.
It's been in the paper. It's been posted. It is posted at the only place you really can, and I'll qualify that in just a second. It's posted at the start of the bridge, and it's pretty obvious. There's also a shellfish closure notice that's there, as well as a few other notices. The reason why it's not sort of staked into the sand, as it were, along the edge of the creek is because tidal action. Tides going in and out, the high tides coming through, those things would get blown out in a heartbeat. And there's no real other safe place to try and put signage. So we're kind of stuck. I know that the lifeguards, when they were available, were letting people know that, they shouldn't be swimming in the creek, et cetera. It's not their responsibility to enforce, but let people know if you do that, if you decide to do that on your own, you do it at your own risk.
Do you recall the last time that was tested there?
It was just, hold on one sec, because we literally just received the numbers yesterday, and perhaps I can get the latest and greatest for you. That'd be Biomarine. You know what? I don't know if they gave us, all they said is it failed the geometric mean. I don't think I have the, let's see, the 19th is the last one I have. See it on the, so it was tested on the 18th. That's the last report, although we have a new one. And it was 20, which is well under.
Okay, so it's not a danger per se. It's the problem of coming up with the numbers to meet requirements.
That's correct. The geometric mean average. That you're absolutely right.
Okay. So couldn't it be posted swim at your own risk?
At this point, there would be a decision of the board possibly, but, it is a requirement of the state. And that's where we run into our issue here, is that the state requires that we have a certain type of posting until such time as it meets the state's public bathing beach requirements.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
especially since there are lots of little kids that use that just because it's so convenient for
Well,
them.
exactly, and it's safer than having them go to the surf. If it's-
Well, yes,
if
it's safer from drowning, but on the other hand,
It's testing,
more-
Joe,
the more
it's testing is safe.
is testing what?
It is testing as safe.
Well, safe, I mean, it'd be nice if it was zero.
Generally speaking, all they really say is under 10. It never really registers as zero. However, I understand where you're coming from, Fred, and you're right. It is a snap.
Without lifeguards to police, I'm just offering this as an alternative.
Yeah, no, and I in a perfect world, which in terms of regulations, as we know, is never the case. We are stuck with what we have, and so we are required to post what we have. The language that's there is very specific.
Okay, so it's a non-issue. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry. I wish it could be otherwise. Believe me.
Rob, any comment on this?
No,
Okay.
Actually, with regard to signage, I realize signage is not the department's problem, but I've heard from two people that the posting at, is it Lanes Cove that was closed? Somewhere in
Plum
Lanesville.
Cove Beach.
Plum Cove
Cove.
Beach, yes. That the posting there is hidden away in some place that nobody looks at.
No, in fact, it was just the opposite. I had a conversation with Rachel, who does our sampling, and she, Rachel, she's incredibly diligent,
Yeah.
and she taped up and posted the signs wherever she could that were at all the entrance points.
So maybe
where
that's new. Yeah.
They
okay.
were torn down. They were being torn down, and so I was not going to spend a month of Sundays having her go back and forth to inspect whether or not the signs
Right.
were still in place, when they, generally speaking, are normally only there for about 24 hours.
Yeah. All right.
Could we do this with flags instead of signs?
No. Well, again, we're running into that issue. Well, it raises an interesting question, Fred. So by regulation, we're required to post the signs that we post because it has the language that's required by the regulation. So, however, if
hey, Mac, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think I need to bug out.
Oh, no worries. Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Yep. So moved.
And a second from Rob?
Yes, sorry
We are
about that.
adjourned. We are adjourned then. Thank you. Thank you, Rob, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what I was going to say, Fred, is that the board could potentially adopt secondary means of notification of some sort, a flag or something that indicates to people that there is a concern, or, the beach is, that's whatever beach is closed temporarily until such time. But, that's a discussion for the board.
Okay. I'm just thinking on literacy issues and stuff like that.
No, it's not a bad idea. But then, well, yes, no, I understand what you're saying. That is true.
Okay. Anything further?
Nope. Not from me.
Well, this is your opportunity. Bye.
All
I'll see you
set.
Thursday.
All right. Take
Bye.
care, folks. Good to see you.
Yep.
Bye, Mac.
Bye-bye.
See you, Fred, Max.